Well, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning from here in South Africa, but good afternoon to wherever you may be. It is wonderful to be with you. My name is Amy, and this is live at the Waterhole. We are starting off here at Oldonyo Lodge in Kenya with a beautiful elephant and some oryx that are coming for a drink. Oh, there's some zebra as well around. I'm sure we're going to get a treat with lots of animals coming for some water today. Now remember everyone that this is a live and interactive show, so please do chat to me. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're looking forward to seeing today. If you have any comments and questions throughout the next 2 hours, you can send them through the Wild Earth website or the app. You can also chat to us through the YouTube chat stream, or join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth. Otherwise, you can always send those through via WhatsApp using our WhatsApp number. But it's always fantastic to start with elephants. Well, at least one. I'm sure there may be more coming through here at Oldonyo. We were spoilt with elephants yesterday, plenty of them around. Seems to be quite a lot of clouds in the sky. There has been some rain coming through East Africa. I'm seen from our live drive location in the Masai Mara. A bit of rain every now and again. Jilly, you're asking why elephants dominate waterholes when they arrive. It's really to do with their size, Jilly. They are very intimidating, being the largest land mammal. Their size is something that everyone else respects, which does make sense. I mean, I would also be moving out of the way for an elephant, so that's why they dominate. It is lovely to see the sun coming out a little bit as well here in the Lowveld. We have not seen the sun today. In fact, it's quite overcast and cool, so I'm not sure what the activity is going to be like in the locations that we have at those waterholes, but luckily for us, we have a lot to choose from. And here in Kenya, the sun is coming through the clouds, which is lovely. Ansi, lovely to hear from you again. You're joining us from Hartenbos, and it is a wonderful day to be at the waterholes, as always. It's just exciting, isn't it, to wait and see what's going to pop out. You never know when something very, very special might happen. Now where that Ellie is standing is right where the little inlet pipe is, I believe. So often you see them grouping on that side of the water hole, and it is because they like to sort of put their trunk right there where the water's coming out so that they can get the freshest and cleanest water.
Oh, wow.
My name is Takudzwa Panda Nsesani. I really want to film an artwork, and it has been my goal. I'll be just keeping my eyes open. The worst driver is Jen. He's driving, yeah. You gotta be holding on back in there, yeah? Like in bumps, and I mean, it happens when, these things happens when you're actually going for animals usually. But then, yeah, he's driving, yeah, you gotta put your seatbelt.
And that's it for this morning's drive. She's just got to Impala, everybody. And we're going to be heading out and seeing what animals we can find.
How cool is this?
Wow, it really looks like it's doing some stretching. Maybe doing some yoga posing here. Upward facing dog. gentle pause. Well, here in the Lowveld, the area where this croc is, we're also having some very grey skies today, but fortunately for us, the grey skies don't last very long, and tomorrow, even actually later this afternoon maybe, we'll have some sunshine coming through for our afternoon drive, but it looks like definitely by tomorrow the clouds will be clearing. Interesting to see from this angle at the back legs and the sort of scales, I would say, or sort of almost fin-like structures that come out at the back of the legs that I think help glide it through the water. Even on the front, it's almost like a bit of webbing, but fleshy protrusions at the ends that make it more suited to water. It's very cool to see that as well, but reminiscent, I must say, of tortoise feet as well, when you look at them, and they've all got these sort of claws or hard sort of protrusions that come out all the way up the leg. It makes sense since they are both reptiles. Seems like it's found a comfy spot now on the bank. Oh, thank you. I thought we were just going to look at your tail the whole day. Is that more comfortable? What a fantastic view of a crocodile. The feet once again, seeing them so clearly, the toes with the webbing in between. What a lovely view. Well, we are going to head over to Founders where some rhinos have come to drink. Well, this is lovely, isn't it? I do love when we have rhinos here at Founders. It's always great to see them. So Kelvin, it's a very interesting question you ask with regards to animals sharing waterholes without conflict. I think a large part of that is all about how much of the resource is available, because there definitely can be conflict over resources, especially water. It is vital for survival. It is something that, if need be, an animal will fight to be able to get to it. So at larger waterholes, there's no real reason for I mean, and when I say conflict, I mean between species that wouldn't normally have conflict. So of course you've got, lions hunting a buffalo or an antelope or something, even leopards going for impalas, or crocodiles attacking something that comes to the water. That's predator and prey relationship. But when it comes to actually, let's say, a rhino, chasing off a blesbuck that comes for water, that generally isn't going to happen if there's enough water there. Elephants a little bit different. Some of the boys can be quite cheeky and chase off anything. Some of the younger ones go for the lapwings that are there, and find it quite exciting for them to chase off the little birds and things like that. But in general, if there's enough for everyone sort of sticks to their own patch or takes turns. And a perfect example of that is at Oldonyo in Kenya, where we started off the show. And yes, the elephants generally dominate there if they are around, but then you see when they move off, then the zebras come. Well, sometimes the zebras come while they're quite brave, but you see the animals cycle through depending when one species finishes, or size related, how they feel about being there at the same time. Because generally, Kelvin, animals want to avoid conflict. They don't want to come into conflict. That is a risk for them to be injured. So sharing a resource by simply just waiting for their turn is also fine by them. All right, well, these rhinos look like they are resting in some shade now. Let's head over to Safari Hook. Wow, lots of dust around with these zebras moving, and some springbuck that are also coming to drink. Oh, and there's some gemsbok as well there in the background. That's cool. So truly, yes, animals can help other animals find water, and one of the biggest helpers out there, I don't think they do it intentionally to help other animals, but they do help them, are elephants. Elephants can dig really well in dry riverbeds when there's not water around and the water is actually below the surface of the river. So the river is completely dry on top, but they dig and they allow the water to sort of bubble up from underneath. And I've seen often small antelopes, even buffaloes, coming to drink from the holes that elephants have dug. So that's one of the, I would say, primary ways most commonly seen, at least in the area that I frequently guide, where an animal helps another, or others, many others, to find water.
Even a hyena coming into the action as well now. Oh my word! She's stalking the hyena now. Leopard, hyena, lion, all together in one shot. Oh. Whoa. This is action-packed.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Most people that know me really well call me Max. I'm a mum. I have 2 boys. One is 16 years old and one is 14 years old. I'm a very, very proud mama of my 2 boys. I've just always been passionate about leopards. I'm passionate about their conservation. I'm just passionate about everything to do with leopards. I love them.
Every week, the wilderness delivers.
And that's why we're here.
Drama, chaos, crimes, humour. All moments you'll never forget. We've counted them down, argued about them, and finally picked the very best. From rare sightings to classic bush showdowns, this is nature's weekly highlight reel. Sharp facts, bad jokes, and the wildest top 5 you'll see this side of the savannah. It's not just a show, it's a wild bush week.
Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Wild Earth Travel's newsletter is your passport to a magical journey. Explore exclusive travel options featuring special offers at stunning Wild Earth locations and all hosted by your favorite presenters. Don't miss out. Head over to our website and subscribe to the Wild Earth Travel newsletter today and stay in the know on all our unforgettable adventures. Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive.
Today, let's head back up to Kenya. It looks like a friend has arrived here, or they're completely 2 different elephants, I'm not sure. But we have 2 elephants now, not just one. Also seems to be some zebras that are making their way to the waterhole. And I think we might see them approaching while these elephants are still here. Elephant number 3 and number 4. Very cool. Wow, this is such an awesome scene to have here. These big boys hanging about. Number 5 now approaching, and I think those zebras are just sort of on standby to also come and have a drink very soon. Well, there we go. This is a great example of waterhole sharing. And the zebras, I think just because of their number, I wouldn't say that necessarily that the elephants made a particular space for them, but we know that the zebras do like to come in their number. But if they try and push in too much, the elephants can give them a bit of a head shake. And when they know, we need to back off a little bit. Yeah, Ellie, this is a gorgeous sighting. I mean, the colours, everything from the sky to the animals to the ground, it really is a beautiful sight. But the zebras can't all come at once. You can see they're taking turns. Some are having a drink, and then they know that if they try and get too close to the elephants, they'll be pushed off. But these boys seem unbothered and cooling off nicely here now. So juniper, not only with antelope, but you can see it with the zebra as well. Of course, I think they know that there's not really space for all of them to barge in, although some more will be taking their chances now that one of the elephants have left. But often, even in a small group of zebra, you'll see two drinking and maybe two standing and looking around. So they do take turns, and that is all about being alert and aware and watching out for danger. It's this instinctual thing. I don't think there's much sort of, oh, you guys take the first watch kind of thing. It's just an instinctual thing that happens, that they take turns so that they're not as vulnerable when drinking if they were by themselves, for example. Alright, well, it seems like some elephants have arrived in Namibia, so let's go check it out in Safari Hook. Well, this is also so beautiful, very different look and feel being here in Namibia, but lovely to see these elephants also coming for a drink. Oh, I think this one might have a bit of a splash now. can see two of them at least. The one has cooled off already, seems to be doing things in the opposite order, cooling off first and then coming for a drink. The other two, I would love to see them sort of sit down and roll around, but maybe it isn't quite deep enough here at Safari Hook for these big boys to do that. Wide-eyed, you want to know if elephants are not from the same herd. Can there be conflict at a waterhole? I suppose there can be, but oftentimes what I've seen is that when different herds are uniting or reuniting at a waterhole, it's actually a lot of fun, and I think they see it as this big social occasion more than one herd having conflict with another. But there is a lot of respect. I've seen that as well, with one group moving out the way very quickly for the next one, especially if there's one spot that is a favorite to drink from. The real only, I would say, sort of conflict that I've seen is more when a bull is trying to approach the herd or coming to drink, and then he sort of makes himself known and might even push a few individuals out of the way. Oh, I was hoping that one was going to sit down. That's so great. It's officially a pool party, everyone. Well, it seems like another fantastic day. Let's head over to Tembe. Wow, that boy in the middle has such a long tusk. Oh, there's some warthogs as well. Woolly-necked stork here. Always beautiful here in northern KwaZulu-Natal.
Let's go and take a look. See you out there.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
Greatest wildlife spectacle on planet Earth. We'll see you there.
I don't know if we can claim this as the first rains arriving, but it's very nice to see such beautiful rain falling here in northern KwaZulu-Natal. Gentle pause, absolutely, it's a beautiful spot here, and as the rain falls it's just going to get prettier with the grasses turning green, and there's going to be the birds, the cuckoos returning. I love to hear them calling here. And the birds just become more vocal in general because it's summer and they're looking for mates and advertising themselves, and it just becomes a real hot spot, I would say, around these areas. Alright, well, from South Africa, let's head over to Botswana. Well, it's more elephants, everyone. Here we have a herd that is in everyone's favorite place to drink. A few little ones in between there too. Well, it's interesting, that little group of 4 moving off. I think that's a herd of its own. And then we've got the ones remaining, which I think might just be 4 bulls, but I'm not 100% sure. Can hear some zebras calling in the background. I was actually wondering where they are, because we've had times here where there's just been what seemingly hundreds of zebras everywhere. But of course they also have to move. They can't just stay near the water always. They have to go and find grass in order to sustain themselves. You can actually see the water rushing in there, being pumped into this spot. Oh, Polly, you say it's so peaceful you could fall asleep. Yeah. Oh, there comes the zebras. And maybe they were just waiting for some of the elephants to move off. It is a very, very peaceful show, and these scenes as well does make one just want to close one's eyes and enjoy. So it's one of those things where I don't mind people falling asleep or wanting to just relax and listen to the sights and sounds of the waterhole as well. wow, there is a huge elephant coming now. Look at him, he is massive. Really, really big bull that's coming for a drink, I'm sure. Just look how tall he is, my goodness. The size of that head, the ears out. Interesting how he walked towards those other two, maybe just to say hello, a little bit of a greeting before he's coming towards the water.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
Full name is Maxine Gaines. Best part of the job, gosh, I just love everything about guiding. I love being able to observe animal behavior and animals behaving naturally. So for me, that's by far the best part of the job. And so what we do here at Wild Earth is develop those connections with the people that are viewing and maybe just light a little spark that says, you know what, I want to be involved in protecting this ecosystem.
Ria, you say the best kind of roadblock? Absolutely. Look at this.
Hello, girls.
Well, while these elephants enjoy the time here drinking at Manoakwena, let's head back over to Oldonyo. And you can see how the elephants have sort of moved around to the other side now, standing. Well, Kenya is an incredible place, everyone, and there's an opportunity to come here next year with James Henry between the 6th to 14th of September, and that is visiting the Amboseli National Park as well as the Masai Mara, and it's just an amazing place to be. We've seen some incredible things with the Mara joining our live drives, so if you would like to find out any more information about these incredible private safaris that you can join on, specifically one here to East Africa, you can head over to wildearth.travel. Liza, you want to know how waterholes influence the distribution of plant species. They definitely have a huge influence on what plants grow where, mainly being that, of course, a waterhole supplying water. So plants that rely more heavily on needing more water or growing in water itself would be the ones that are prominently in an area. Whereas the further removed you are from a waterhole, so what you find around it can then change. It also influences how the vegetation in an area is impacted, because of course a waterhole draws animals to it, which means a lot more foot traffic, means a lot more impact on the soil, a lot more of the plants around that area being eaten, because animals are around that area for the water. So it definitely has an impact, and it's so much research is being done on waterhole placement and artificial waterholes and rotation of waterholes throughout parks and reserves and things like that, in order to more naturally manage numbers, because too much artificial water means that too many animals stay in one area and impact the plants too heavily, and well, the resources in an area too much, and so the natural movement of animals is also very important. So yes, I hope that all makes sense, but waterholes definitely have an impact on plant life. Well, from Kenya, we are going to head over to Camelthorn in Botswana. Oh, wow. That's a lot of crocodiles that are all in the sun. Yeah, some still in the water. Look at that one at the back, how its tail's curled up against the bank. There are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crocodiles, maybe 7 that I can see. That was a zebra calling, so I'm sure they're somewhere close by as well. So, Nick, if a waterhole was to unexpectedly dry up during a migration season, it would mean that the animals would keep moving, I would say. The whole reason why, in terms of the Great Migration anyway, happening in East Africa is all to do with following the rain and the resources that come with that. So if it got dry, they would continue moving. And the same with these crocodiles. You know, they are here because this is probably the only real source of water in this dry season that they can find. And so it's also part of what happens with crocodiles at this time of year. It's all sort of works together because it is now their breeding season. Mating season anyway, going to be their breeding season when the eggs hatch from about December or so. And so what sort of starts this off is that because of the dry season, water holes or water sources are limited and many crocs start to hang together in areas. Males start displaying, showing off, attracting females. And because there's so many in smaller areas now, because they are condensed due to the fact that there's not as much water available, it means there's success in mating and courtship and then breeding after that in a few months' time.
See you out on the safari.
It could be a very exciting morning.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
Would you like to know what an elephant's favorite food is? You could ask me questions like that in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive from the heart of Africa. Over here. Watch Safari Live and connect with nature.
The bush, full of beauty, wonder, and absolute chaos. And now, all that madness has its own show. It's called a Wild Bush Week. The countdown of the most outrageous, heart-stopping, and sometimes downright ridiculous wildlife moments of the week. Lions throwing their weight around. Hyenas gate-crashing the buffet. Leopards doing, well, leopardy things. Each week, it's a fresh reel of safari gold. A mix of drama,
She's just got to Impala, everybody.
danger, and a healthy dose of laughter. So, if you fancy a highlight show with bite, and I don't mean just the animals, tune in to a Wild Bush Week. You bring the tea, and we'll bring the tusks, tails, and teeth.
Alright, well, as these crocs sunbathe and enjoy the sunshine here in Botswana, let's head back over to South Africa to town. Well, it's always so beautiful here. Yesterday we had so many animals around, and today's no different. No elephants just yet, but you can see these waterbuck crossing the Great Gorge and heading towards where all the green grass is. They do love to do that. Oh, there's a little black crake hopping around in between the grass as well. Tau is another place where there's plenty of crocodiles, so these animals do have to be careful. Oh, lots of impala there in the back right, zebras drinking. Looks like we have two male waterbucks having a little bit of a go at each other. Waterbuck males are very aggressive, especially if they're being challenged, and they can have some very serious clashes. It's very cool to see this happening here. Oh, they do look like they are being quite serious. Looks like that one waterbuck is giving up, moving off. Doesn't want to fight anymore. Taubo, there most certainly can be lions around here. They of course can move throughout the whole reserve, so I've no idea if there's any near Tau at the moment. But there are lions on Madikwe. We have seen them here at Tau before. We've also seen cheetah here. I remember the day I was doing the show and we had 4 or 5 cheetahs just walk down and have a drink. It was absolutely incredible. All the water back at it. Yeah, melanistic marble, it is great to see so much bird life. I mean, you've got all the Egyptian geese, you've got the spoonbill there on the left doing its thing. There are lapwings, there are stilts, there are teals. It's full of life here at Tau Birdwise. Okay, lovely. Apparently there are some more rhinos back at Founders, so let's head over there. Oh, this is great. I think this is one of our mums with her little one. This is just adorable. I love how that little one just lies there while mom's having her drink. Today it is quite, I don't know if I would say cloudy, but hazy here at Founders. We had a very blue sky here yesterday and the day before. It almost seems like it's like the sun is coming through a lot of cloud, very thin cloud, but sort of like a blanket. It's quite diluted sunshine. Spice, oh, I know, it's so great to see the rhinos here. We spoilt at Founders with some beautiful rhino sightings, and especially with the two moms that have the babies. This little one has gotten so big already. Can't believe it. I think mom's also just allowing the little one to rest a bit.
Do you want to know why impala are the most common antelope we find here in the Kruger National Park? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live. Connect with nature.
There's some ellies that we're approaching now.
The light on her as well is absolutely gorgeous.
So we are going to enjoy the rest of this sunset.
Wow, 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 this is absolutely crazy.
And thank you for joining us. For myself and Cam, we will see you next time.
Out here, every wild moment counts, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing.
Incredible.
Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7 and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and early access to travel offers. The best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Odwa, you want to know how we identify male and female rhinos. So it can be a little bit tricky because the females' mammary glands, the teats that are between the back legs, can look very much like a penile sheath that the males have. And you would have probably seen on this female that something was like hanging between her legs. So it is difficult to say until you've had like a really good look. Often I have to get out my binoculars to confirm. But in this case, when you see one with a calf like this, it's most certainly a female. And males, from the back between the legs, it's almost like there's this sort of sheath of skin that runs all the way from under the tail till under the belly, whereas with the females you'll have her genitalia it's not one long piece of skin that is holding everything together there. So there is a sort of a clear difference between the two when you have the right angle. Also, size does play a part. So male rhino, white rhinos and black rhinos, but in this case we're looking at white rhinos, will be much larger than the females potentially. And a giraffe coming through to say hello. Alright, well, it looks like these rhinos might be moving off, so let's head over to Nkoro with a hippo. Oh, not just a hippo, but a hippo with a terrapin. Is there one just coming out? Oh, this is great timing. Deb, hello, good morning. Good to have you joining us here for Live at the Waterhole. Looks like this terrapin's going to try a different spot. Now they're using the hippo basically like they would use a rock to come out and get some warmth from the very weak sun today here in the Lowveld. Well, in February next year, there is a opportunity to join Cedric with Wild Earth travel to none other than Velgevonden, the beautiful game reserve in the Waterberg region. It really is a safari like none other, where you see animals in a place that's a little bit, let's say, unexpected in comparison to some of the more savanna type habitats that we're used to seeing elephants and zebras and all sorts of things in, even lions. There's some beautiful clear streams that flow through there, some wonderful birding as well, and just some lovely lodges that you'll explore with him. That's in February. If you would like to find out any more info, you can head over to wildearth.travel. Oh, it looks like the other terrapin found the right spot to climb out. Mr. H, you say this hippo's name is Hank? Well, that's good to know. Hello, Hank the hippo. I assume that he is here quite regularly for him to be named. Clearly very comfortable in his spot here in the Sabi Sand. Oh, he opened his eyes. And the terrapins have just hopped back in the water. I wonder if something maybe moved, got their attention. It's interesting how one animal's behavior can help you potentially be aware of something else that might be in the area. I can see the terrapin really likes its spot here on the hippo. It's not going to give it up easily. Back to being out here in the open. Okay, well, speaking of terrapins, let's head over to King's Camp. Oh wow, well this is great because now you can see in detail those little guys that were climbing onto the hippo there. I'm all with that terrapin just blinked. Now these creatures are some of the smelliest ones out in the bush, my goodness me. They have a secretion that they make that is just horrible, but also just the fact that they live in these water holes. You can see how slimy their shells are, and I suppose it is quite the deterrent to be preyed upon as well from things that would maybe want to eat them. I must say I've seen tortoise shells being eaten through, but I don't think I've seen anything attack a terrapin before. Not to say that it doesn't happen, I'm sure it does, but I think a predator would choose a tortoise over a terrapin. Probably also very difficult to get hold of a terrapin because of how slippery they are.
This is an unbelievable afternoon.
Would you like to know at what age a buffalo calf gets its horns? These are questions that you can ask me in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
Oh, she's gonna catch it.
Come on, Tommy.
Watch this, we're about to see a kill.
You can see how close he is from where I am.
Oh, I see some movement here on the left. And often when they start moving their limbs like that, they'll do these sort of air swimming, I like to call it. And that helps get them moving and basically plop back into the water if they wanted to do that. But otherwise they can stay incredibly still, other than the odd wink here or there, the one on the left moving its head. Also interesting to note about terrapins is one of the differences between them and tortoises and turtles, which are also in their family of reptiles, is the way that they contract their heads into their shell. They actually turn the entire head to the side. So they bend the neck usually I've seen it to the left, but I think could go either way. And then they pull it in sideways rather than a tortoise that actually pulls in the entire head straight back. So that's quite fascinating to take note of if you ever have the opportunity to. Yeah, Ellie, they definitely need a little bit of a spit and polish. I think we would all be shocked to see what color their shells actually are. It's like I don't know if anyone watches those sort of videos where they clean something like a mat or something like that. They wet it and then they do all the layers one by one, and slowly but surely you're left with this sort of colorful or black and white or whatever it is that was like completely black with mud in the beginning. Anyway, it can be quite therapeutic to watch something being cleaned, but this cleaning one of these terrapin shells, I think, would result in the same feeling. Well, we're going to leave these terrapins to enjoy their basking here and head over to Oldonyo. Oh, lovely. Such a beautiful sky here. It gets me every time. And we have some elephants and a fringe-eared oryx that has come for a drink. Kev, it's a good question. I'm not exactly sure why we don't see an elephant herd, in terms of the females and their young here. But my theory is that because the bulls favor this area so much, maybe the herds, if there's an option, there's quite a lot of water, I believe, around in the area with how much rainfall they receive. So it's not necessary for the herds to have to come here. And so with the bulls being here so frequently, I think maybe the females and their calves just don't come here for that reason. They could be elsewhere. Maybe they are close by, but just prefer to use a different place to drink. Looks like these 5 are still around, and we've seen at least 2 elephants here with floppy ears, so I'm not sure if the one at the back there is indeed the same one that we had here yesterday, but it was quite a large individual, and that one does look quite big. Also see the head of a giraffe moving in the background. Maybe they'll also pop by shortly.
For years, we've shared virtual wildlife. Now, let's experience it for real. I'm Lauren Arthur, and I'd love to show you my amazing home here in the Greater Kruger of South Africa. This 5-night journey is an exclusive connection to my piece of untamed Africa. I live here in these gorgeous landscapes surrounded by epic wildlife. The wild is calling, so come and join me.
Even a hyena coming into the action as well now. Oh my word! She's stalking the hyena now. Leopard, hyena, lion, all together in one shot. Oh. This is action-packed.
Would you like to know the difference between a male and a female wildebeest? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
Join our expert guides at dawn for a live, immersive safari as the bush comes to life.
Found ourselves a chameleon, and look how he's changed color.
Every sunrise brings new discoveries.
Pound for pound, a leopard is one of the strongest cats around.
Ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with nature live and in real time.
Great excitement, great happiness.
Start your day with adventure. Every month, something wild lands in your inbox. From rare sightings and behind-the-scenes secrets to expert stories, seasonal changes, and exclusive travel opportunities, the Wild Earth Journal is your free monthly mailer, packed with the magic of the wild straight from the field. It's fun, it's free, it's full of surprises. Sign up now on the Wild Earth website.
Cindy, there's definitely terrapins in East Africa, although I don't think I've seen one here at this particular waterhole. And I think the reason for that is just the busyness of this waterhole. You can see this elephant standing right in the middle of it, and the terrapins wouldn't have much peace. They do like to, move around the water, go in and out, swim around for themselves. They like to sometimes even feed off of things like hippos from their parasites and things like that. So I think this waterhole wouldn't really be worth it for them to hang out in. They do move on land though, so they can move from waterhole to waterhole. You never know when one might pop up. Have a very brave zebra here. The thirst is getting too much, needs to drink, despite the elephants. Oh, there's another one. The giraffe's moving in circles. Oh, very interesting sighting at Olifants. Let's head over there. Well, here we have some oxpeckers on this hippo and very close-up views of it. But you can also see why the oxpeckers are here. It looks like there's some fresh cuts and scrapes on this hippo there on the head and on the side. It would be the perfect place for the oxpeckers to try and find some blood. Well, we've come back over here to Old Donyo, and I see this giraffe is trying to be brave and get itself a drink of water. I think these animals are getting a little bit impatient. They're like, listen, elephants, you've been here all day. We'd like a turn, please. Wow, always a beautiful scene here in Kenya. Let's head back over to that hippo with the oxpeckers at Olifants. There we go, that oxpecker is about to go to that fresh little spot, pink spot. This hippo looks very content though. Snoozing away. Hippos are such strange animals. My goodness me. They have the tiniest ears compared to their very, very big bodies. Justice it is, a really lovely close-up, isn't it? Not often that we can always get to see such detail of both the hippo and the oxpeckers. Can hear a lovely ring-necked dove calling in the background. Wildlife Lady, thank you so much for your kind words. It was wonderful to have you with us, and yes, we will be out once again on drive this afternoon, 3:30 Central African time, so do make sure that you stay tuned for that. Recycled Teenager, you say thanks for another great program. I'm so glad you enjoyed the show today. It was very nice to be here. Lots of action around in different places. Plenty of elephants as usual. And who knows what tomorrow, Sunday Fun Day, will bring for us. And also very relaxing at the same time. Some lovely conversation, some great comments and questions there from everyone, so thank you so much for sending those through. It's always appreciated. Yeah, Melanistic Marble, you say that the past 30 minutes went quickly. Wow, I think the last full 2 hours went very, very fast, my goodness. But it is always like that when there's lots to see. The oxpecker doing a little bit of bill cleaning there on this hippo. Also always alert and listening, never quite fully fast asleep, no matter how sleepy they look. Oh, you can see that oxpecker working on a spot there, trying to get something. But everyone, thank you so much for joining us for another Waterhole show. It was great to have you here on board. We will of course be back tomorrow, same time, same place, at 11 o'clock Central African time. And we'll see what the Waterholes bring to us. It's another day. And we will be live once again, as I said earlier, on Drive this afternoon. So make sure you join us for that. Keep well, everyone. From myself and the team here at the Waterhole Show, it's goodbye for now.